Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? We're live, and we have updates of things that are taking place. This just in. We know who the man is, apparently, that fired the shots at President Donald Trump on his golf course yesterday, or at least he's the suspect. And he's been identified, even though he had no guns with him on him when they arrested him 50 miles away. But it's interesting. How did he know that Trump was going to be on the golf course? How did he know where to be to set up? I mean, how do you know when it wasn't scheduled that Trump was going to play golf? This is very interesting. Was there more than one person involved? And was this guy even involved? We're going to check into this, guys. We've got information. I'm also going to be on the Dave Hodges show. I believe it's today. I'm being taped today on Dave Hodges' show, so we'll find out. I'll let you know when that's going to air or when it's going to get posted. Anyway, guys, we get a real fast shout for getolive1.com/Paul. That's getolive1.com/Paul. But first, let me just say this. Would you believe it if I told you inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? Yep, it's true. And it's not some weird, trendy superfood either. Spoiler alert, it's olive oil. That's right. You're probably used to cooking with it, but there are countless ways to use olive oil to help yourself look and feel younger. For example, olive oil is a natural way to keep and help you achieve a more youthful appearance like me. I mean, besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides as well. And according to Dr. Stephen Gundry, that famous cardiologist, surgeon, nutrition expert, and health advocate, you should get as much high-quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible. Whether it's taking a shot of it daily or keeping a bottle of it in your bathroom medicine cabinet. And any olive oil can do some benefits, but guys, you need to know what to get the best results. You need to really go and see. Click on the video below. Click on the link below. Click on that link below this video. Getolive1.com/Paul. When Dr. Stephen Gundry came to this realization, he was appalled. But some olive oils are so powerful, it may only take a few teaspoons a week to see these incredible health benefits. Check it out, guys. Click on that link below. That's getolive1.com/Paul. All right. You'll be glad you did. All right. Now, so here's what's going on. The man's name is Ryan Wesley Ruth. Ryan Wesley Ruth. There he is. Ryan Wesley Ruth. He has been detained. As a matter of fact, he'll be appearing in court this morning. Wesley Ruth. Ryan put his enmity toward Donald Trump, the man he once supported, but then dismissed as an idiot, he said, a buffoon, maybe even a fool, at the center of a rambling and fanciful worldview that's also fixated on Ukraine, Taiwan, and North Korea, and what he called the end of humanity. This 58-year-old was detained Sunday in connection with the apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald J. Trump as he protested in Kiev after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine took place in 2022. And he's committed his ideals to paper in a self-published 291-page book. Now, authorities suspect that Ruth, who owns a small construction company in Hawaii, was planning to attack the former president as he played a round of golf on Sunday. And he did fire shots. U.S. Secret Service agents then fired at him with a rifle. He was hiding in the bushes near the golf course. He was later apprehended after being stopped on a nearby highway. For years, he criticized not only Trump, but himself, describing Trump as my choice in 2016 presidential election, which later writing that he is man enough to say that I misjudge. So you hear this? Do you hear what I'm hearing in this article? So far, in a page and a half on this report by CNN, we're finding out that Ryan Wesley Ruth was a advocate for Trump, who then come to this realization and come to his senses that Trump was a buffoon or some kind of other, misguided individual, and that he also is a misguided individual. And it makes you feel like anybody who would be concerned about Ukraine, North Korea, and Taiwan could be a misguided individual. I actually wrote about the fact it's called the vortex of evil, how that North Korea wants to attack Japan and South Korea, how Taiwan is the target of China, and how that, of course, Ukraine was invaded by Russia. And then Iran made its attack on Israel. And that there you have it. Russia, China, North Korea, Ukraine, and what I wrote in my book, Revelation 9/11, as the vortex of evil. I'm not deranged. I'm not confused. I'm certainly not going to turn on President Trump. But again, you're starting to sense the spin. Let me read on. So Ryan Ruth, thoughts and fixations on global politics appears idealistic to some who came across him. But his writings show how he became increasingly militant about the geopolitical forces he rallied against. His business pursuits, by contrast, appear relatively unremarkable. On Ruth's LinkedIn page, he said he started a company in 2018 called Camp Box Honolulu in Hawaii, which builds storage units and tiny houses. A story in Honolulu's Star Advisor said he donated a structure for homeless people. Now, Ryan Ruth was also has ties in North Carolina, where public records show he registered as an unaffiliated voter without a party in 2012. He voted in the state's Democrat primary in March of 2012, according to the public records. Records from the state dating back decades also show that Ruth has been previously scrapes with the law, including being arrested in 2002 after he was pulled over by police and allegedly put his hand on a firearm and then drove off and barricaded himself in a business premises. He's also been involved in several court cases in the 1990s, with authorities repeatedly accusing him of failing to pay his taxes on time. Separately, judges have ordered him to pay tens of thousands of dollars to plaintiffs in various civil suits. Now, Ryan Ruth became animated when writing about Trump, and he frequently weighed in on the U.S. and global current events on his social media platforms. And in June of 2020, Ryan Ruth appeared to say that he had voted for Trump in 2016, but that he had since withdrawn his support of the former president. I and the world hoped that President Trump would be different and better than the candidate. But we are all greatly disappointed, he said. It seems that you're getting worse and devolving. He wrote on X, and I will be glad when you're gone. Now, Ryan Ruth also mentioned Trump in his book, which appears on Amazon without a publisher listed, so it's self-published, and it's titled Ukraine's Unwinnable War: The Fatal Flaw of Democracy, World Abandonment, and the Global Citizen, Taiwan, Afghanistan, North Korea, and the End of Humanity. Now, in that publication, he described the former U.S. president's withdrawal from Iran's nuclear deal in 2018 as a tremendous blunder that drove Iran closer to Moscow, which it then supplied with drones that have caused devastation across Ukraine. Now, he even commented on the first assassination attempt on Trump when the former president was wounded by the gunshot during a rally in Pennsylvania in July. Ruth encouraged President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris to visit those wounded in the incident, saying Trump will never do anything. And then, so you're seeing that CNN goes on to say, but what were his delusional ideals on Ukraine? Ukraine's defense against Russia in 2022 invasion also became central to Rus' philosophy. He expressed support for Ukraine in dozens of X posts that year, saying he was willing to die in the fight, that we need to burn the Kremlin to the ground. He also visited Ukraine in 2022, according to video and photos geolocated by CNN and interviews he gave to international media during his time there. And in a flurry of Facebook posts last year, he tried to enlist Afghanistan conscripts to fight in the war, presenting himself as off-the-books liaison for the Ukrainian government. Okay. Now, a representative from Ukraine's Foreign Legion confirmed with CNN that Ryan Ruth had contacted them several times, but said he was never part of the military unit in which overseas volunteers fight. Also, an officer of the Foreigners Coordination Department of the Land Forces Command told CNN over the phone that the best way to describe his messages is delusional ideals. He was offering us large numbers of recruits from different countries, but it was obvious to us that his offers were not realistic. We didn't even answer. There was nothing to answer to. He was never part of the Legion and didn't cooperate with us in any way. Okay. Excuse me one second. Newsweek Romania journalist Remus Karina first met Ryan Ruth in Kiev's Independence Square in June of 2022, where the American was rallying people to join the Foreign Legion to help Ukraine through various humanitarian and organizations. For me, it's a surprise because I view him as an idealistic, innocent, genuine person without any murderous intent or instinct, according to reports CNN said. According to Kornia, Ryan Ruth described Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine as a black and white, good versus evil conflict. And in an interview with the Associated Press news agencies from Kiev in April of 22, Ryan Ruth said Putin is a terrorist and he needs to be ended. So we need anybody from around the globe to stop what they're doing and come here now and support the Ukrainians to end this war. He also weighed in on the political situations in Afghanistan, Taiwan, and North Korea in his book. And Ryan Ruth has reportedly voiced support for Taiwan, previously called for international intervention to protect this island nation against its potential Chinese encroachment. Even Ryan Ruth's eldest son, Oren, told CNN in a text that Ruth was a loving, caring father and an honest, hardworking man. I don't know what's happened in Florida. I hope things have just been blown out of proportion because from the little I've heard, it doesn't sound like the man I know would do anything crazy, much less violent. But other people have shared testimonies of tense interactions with Ryan Ruth. Hawaiian business owners Sally Levi told CNN that he paid Ruth $3,800 up front to build a trailer for his business. But when Levi came to Ruth's shop to review the work, it was shoddy. Levi said that when he asked Ruth to improve the work, Ruth ranted at him. He just kind of started ranting about, you think because you have money, you're better to me. Levi said, adding that Ruth also mentioned having gone to Ukraine to fight against Russia. I kind of decided maybe I should just let it go for the sake of my family, according to Levi. So this is the information we're getting now from CNN. That I have to report to you this morning. 7 o'clock this morning, I got up to find out if we had any updates on Ryan Ruth and the assassination attempt on President Trump. But Fox News was not on the air. And at 10 minutes till 9, Fox News was still not on the air, just black screen. So if you were for 2 hours, and maybe they're still off the air right now, I haven't looked, but for 2 hours this morning, if you were trying to find out if there was any updates or information on the Trump assassination, you would not get it at all from Fox because mysteriously they are off the air. So you had to go to MSNBC or CNN, where the rhetoric was more about JD Vance and the dogs and cats being, apparently eaten there in Springfield, Ohio, and how JD Vance was now being painted in a negative light. Also, Trump was being painted by MSNBC as always causing chaos. And here we go again with another assassination attempt, as if it's Trump's fault. You're still trying to find out, well, what is the information? Because I understand that the FBI director, Christopher Wray, is going to be in Mar-a-Lago today. He's going to be meeting with the FBI and Secret Service and investigative authorities. And he's even going to have a meeting with President Trump there in Mar-a-Lago. You're trying to get information, but you're getting the rhetoric. So it's unbelievable. What are the odds that the morning after, this could be the morning after? I'm seriously, what are the odds that on the morning after, you can't get the information you need because Fox News is got a black screen and can't produce? So Heidi we went online to find out, is this blackout of Fox News just a local thing here in the villages here, or maybe just in Florida or something? No, the entire East Coast, and that's not just the East Coast, from the East Coast all the way past Chicago, Fox News is in a blackout. It's not on the air, technical problems. And the West Coast, Fox News was still working, but of course, it's 4:00 in the morning in the West Coast, so there ain't nobody awake watching anyway. And so this is how the news gets spinned. This is how the game is being played. It's unbelievable what we're witnessing, guys. It's unbelievable. The games are being played, the strategy that's being used. Yes, Fox News blackout. Now, they're not saying that they purposely blacked them out. They're just saying that they've had a technical blackout, a technical problem. And so for the first 2 solid hours in the morning, you don't know what the other side of the story is on the Trump assassination. You don't know. So you start digging. Well, when you go to digging into the media, print media, you find out they're all parrots speaking and preaching the same thing that I just read to you from CNN, and worse, because at least this article just gave you their bio of Ryan Ruth. Okay. But the question is, that's not what they're really even talking about on CNN and MSNBC, especially MSNBC. It is still a total character assassination of President Trump. I've never seen anything like it. It's the morning after, and it's a character assassination on him. And you can't get frustrated and click it and go back to Fox because there's black screen there for 2 hours. And I don't even know if it's on now. Can somebody, I'm not near a television, but if somebody's on the East Coast and have a television in front of you or close to you, could you just click it to Fox News channel? Diane says Fox was fine in Alabama. So there you go. That was good there. Just let me know if somebody in New York watching right now, or somebody in North Carolina, or somebody in Connecticut, or somebody. Fox is live. I'm on the East Coast. So now I'm saying, I know is it live now? It's on now in Cincinnati. So what they did with Maryland. Okay. So they shut it down for 2 hours. They shut it down for 2 solid hours, get past that initial response and people digging for information, and now go ahead and allow it come on and now the narrative has been set. Now, yes, Fox is on now. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So now the narrative has been set that it's already ingrained in the minds of millions of people on the East Coast, and people may not know what the real story is. It's incredible what's taking place. I'm going to be interviewed. I'll be on the Common Sense show with Dave Hodges. I'll be on with him today. And I'm doing taping today. I'm also taping. Who am I taping today? Oh, Doug Hagman. I'm taping Doug Hagman for the webinar October Surprise. Guys, if all of this is happening in the last 2 months, we're not even in October yet. How bad will this get? If you haven't got your tickets for October Surprise, you can pick up the phone and call right now, 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230. Or go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. You'll see it right there on the screen. paulbegleyprophecy.com. Click it, order your ticket, and be ready to go. Because on September 27th, we're going to release the most interesting, the most informative, a webinar like never before. October Surprise. The speakers are unbelievable. Yes, and I reported yesterday about the 6.6. They actually downsized it to 6.5 earthquake over in the last night. I reported it live on the air on the Sunday Night Live broadcast. It's the Cascadia subduction zone. Also this morning, there's been another major quake, 6.3, that hit the Marina Islands, northern Marina Islands. That happened. And so the earth is shaking and quaking everywhere. There's all kinds of situations. So get your tickets for October Surprise. Go to my website and get it at paulbegleyprophecy.com, or pick up the phone and call and get your ticket at 765-414-2230. Guys, don't miss it. This will be the best webinar. We've never went here. And here's what, I'm taking it another level. Besides the webinar that's coming on, that will be going made available to you live on September 27th. Some of you have not even ordered yet your ticket for Aliens Among Us. When you go to my website, if you click on the on demand, it'll take you right there. And there's about 6 of our latest webinars. If you haven't gotten those, you can click it and get a ticket. And here's what the thing is, you don't have to wait for a link. Once you order it, click it, it becomes available to you instantly. Okay. So if you haven't seen Aliens Among Us, some people are doing it. We got a lot of people that are actually ordering it now. They're watching Aliens Among Us while they're waiting the 2 weeks for October Surprise. I see where people are buying both tickets at the same time, so they can watch this one and wait for September 27th when the October Surprise webinar goes live, okay, at my website, paulbegleyprophecy.com. We've upgraded our website so where it's so much more easier. It's unbelievable. Everybody loves it. But also, let me say this as in closing, guys, this, I'm not reading a novel from Ernest Hemingway. The story's getting crazier. Where can we find anything that might be halfway truthful? Flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. Are you serious? I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walked the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth. Yes, you can call that number from Australia. I walked the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway, and watching CNN and even MSNBC. I'm falling asleep with fake news. I'll be back with more. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.